Good evening on Tuesday night at DTR Delta T Racing. It's Tuesday, and that means we are here live at Suzuka, Japan for Division 4. Just 3 races to go in the championship. And there's only a few drivers that go in it. One of them is Billy, where you're looking at Billy's driving for the Haas team, just like his teammate Stewart. Both are second and third in the standings, and the championship leader is driving an Alpine. It's this guy, ABXMT, the Irish. 16 drivers on tonight's grid. For this race on the Suzuka track, and let's see who is on a hot lap. I think that's Evan, actually. Never know. Well, he is on a hot lap. But I meant actually meant the other Aston Martin. Evan, purple. Not that weird, as no one has said the time yet, but who is going to be the first one? I think that's Avi. No, that's Swifty, right? Oh! That didn't go really well for Evan. No, so who is going to be the first to set a time? It's Chaos, the Finnish driver for driving the AlphaTauri, and he gets beaten right away while Evan is still doing donuts on the start-finish straight. Oh dear. Kazingo improved, but then of course we had Stewart improving it. So let's have a look, ladies and gentlemen, at the standings. Well, we copy the link of the stream into the channel, and let's see who is online. I'm first I'm going to take the standings and go through them with you. We have ABXMT leading, right, on 4 races. He's on a total of 135 points. And in second it's Billy with 118 and Stewart with 113. So Billy is 17 behind and Stewart's 22 behind. And basically that's it, because in fourth it's Nicky Lauda with 80. And then we have Boss Moss and Owen Dunn both on 72. Of course, Boss Moss should have been much higher in the standings. I mean, last week was just like typical for him, you know. Being the best in the race, leading comfortably, and then out of a sudden, bidding it with 3 laps to go and not scoring any points. It's just too many mistakes, incidents to really have a shot at the title. Because on speed, he certainly could have won this season. Meanwhile, we're looking at Luca in the McLaren. With your new livery, temporary in the game. Coming up to Spoon. Such a tricky corner, this left-hander, long left-hander. And then you go on straight, on the way to 130R. You want to be on the right as much as possible. And to prevent it you spin. Don't take any curbs, because that could unsettle the car. And actually that happened to Luca. Lost it. Almost the cars come back into the pit lane. Only 9 people have set a time, because a few others were either out late or they spun or got their lap times invalidated. Now we're seeing Ropsy. Who now is at Spoon? Let's see how he goes through 130R. Let's go on board. Stays to the right, stays in. A little bit curved, but don't do it too much. Ignore that, and then we have the chicane. Curb on the right, curb on the left. Make sure it's fully straight before you go on the throttle. Otherwise you lose the gears again. And he puts it in P7 with a 31.7. Alright, next up, we have Billy on a hot lap. Still early. As he is on his way to the hairpin. Looks really nice like this. You see the hairpin and you see how much it is uphill after that. Billy through Spoon. That seemed like a pretty good corner there. And there is a yellow ahead. Let's go on board to see what is actually happening. I think that's the Ferrari. I'm not sure what Sammy Jensen was doing there. But he's disqualified for driving the wrong way. Right. And meanwhile, Billy puts it in P4. He was a bit distracted from that weird incident there. And it seems like a few other drivers are now on a new lap. Nicky Lauda here. Coming up to the chicane. P5. Bosmas invalidated his lap, and that means he still does not have a single time set. He comes back into the pit lane. Sammy Jensen left the session. Right, anyway. Oh, not sure what Ryan is doing now. Playing a bit lawnmower. Luca about to start a hot lap. Hey, Bosmans and Ryan Swifty have not set a lap time yet. Now look at that. ABXMT goes to professional pole. Let's see who else is on a lap. Kai, but oh, that's not a good lap. Robster's on a lap. Kalos goes to P8. Bosmots goes out. So it's really Luca. That's on the lap. Nah, that's not a really good up. Most of the drivers are in the pit lane. Everyone is probably waiting to come out for one final run. Right, let's see who is in the stream. As we are entering the final 3 minutes, most cars will come out soon. Right, as Kalos is in a hot lap, Cavolis is... Bosmos is in a hot lap. Can he finally set a time? He can! And when he does it really well. He's on P3, and that's good. That's it for him for this quali session now. With ABXMT on Paul Stewart in P2 and Bosmos in P3. Yeah, really the man on the second half of the season, Lindsay Kai. I think he started this season awfully with a few DNFs, a non-point finish, and after that he's been pretty good. One of the best drivers in this division. And last week, just lost out on a win. And if he continues how he's been doing lately, he might get that win still this season. It's a bit of a strange season for this division. And of course, Bosmos is pretty far behind the leader in the championship. But hey, there's still like 86 points to score. Meanwhile, we're looking here with ABXMT. What a lovely shot. He's on a hot lap. Just started. Let's see if he can improve on his time. He's the 10th up after sector 1. That is probably no, it was Billy actually waiting. Went to the side of the track to let the faster car pass. Well done, Billy. So ABXMT, is he quicker? Yes, he's up another 10th. Bosmos is done. He's into the pit lane. ABXMT is probably going to improve on his own quickest time so far. He's 2 10s up. And Kai gets disqualified. What happened with him? ABXMT improves, but Kai is... Oh boy. Where is he on track? That is after Spoon. That is really weird. Anyway, Stewart stays in P2, Nicky Lauda moves up to P4. As Kalos to P5, well done. Kazingo improves to P4. Ryan dropped to 9 after Charlie improved to 8. Oh, no. Ryan is done. We have Luca. No, not an improvement. I think that's it, actually. Thank you, Nathaniel. Yeah. Well, that's a lovely day for Ferrari. 2 DSQs in a qualifying session. And it's just even worse than the real Ferrari team. And they are pretty bad already. Anyway, we're going to have ABXNT, the championship leader, on pole. We have Stewart in P3, P2, Bosmas on second row with Kazingo, and then we have Nicky Lauda on skills. And Billy is a bit underwhelming in P7, but he is usually a pretty good racer, so. Right, that's it, that's quali done. ABXNT on pole. Right, so here, and quite a margin actually. I mean, look at that. ABXNT on pole. Then we have Stewart on 4 tenths, just like Bosmat, and on a second behind him, Kazingo on P4. Then we have Nicky Lauda, Kalos, Billy, Charlie, Swifty, Ryan, Relay, Luca completing a top 10. Then we have Robsu, Cavolas, Menlai Donkey, Evan, and then, wow, the 2 Ferraris. The weather forecast was actually that it should be raining. But looking at the sky here, it seems fairly blue. Right, so here we are. No information. Now it seems to darken a bit, so I think we're gonna start on in the dry. It maybe wet soon. So let's see what people are choosing on the tires. Well, we have 10 cars on the mediums, 5 on the softs. And we have Evan choosing the hards. Right. Is it possible that ABXMT is gonna clinch the drive start today? No. Because even if he'd win and Billy and Stewart wouldn't score any points, he'd be like 40 or 50 points ahead with 60 points still to gain. So in any case, he's not going to be champion today. But hey, with a result like that, a win and not so great result from his rivals, it's probably going to be a matter of time before he clinches that title. But so far, seems to be, yeah, he's doing well. What? We're not there yet. Right, let's have a look. Oh, it's just camera view. That's lovely. The big on the board, but no the curves. Right, so just a few it is then, yes. Here we are. Red lights are on and they're off, and here we go. Oh, that is not a great start by ABXMT. But I do think he's going to remain in the lead. Oh, he was not that great, but after that, seemed fine. Oh, and Billy must have been on a great start. Move up some 7-4, and that's exactly what he needs. Oh, Billy is. Oh, you need to be careful there, mate. That's a bit wheel banging with Boss Mods there. And so far, Boss Mods comes out as the winner of this bullfight. Right, Nicky Lauda in 5th. Kazingo dropped back to 6th and is now under pressure from Ryan. Well, quite a big gap behind Stewart. And of course we're having the differences. Oh, Boss Mods and Billy round 2. But are there others? Oh, look at that. Nicky Lauda, don't make it 3 wide, please, guys. That's going to be scary. Simon Jensen to the pit, and I think he's having technical issues and is retiring. Yeah, normally not allowed, but it's been discussed. Problem with his pedals. Now let's hope the game doesn't do weird stuff and brings his car out on track again, which it does seem to be doing. Oh, Gavolis gets a pin for contact with man like Donkey. And now here comes the dangerous situation. What is it doing with that car? If you look on the map right at the bottom, you see in turn 2, 3, you see Sammy Jensen's car. Oh, now it's gone. Yeah, thankfully it's all been done safe. And it's also the reason why we normally don't allow drivers to retire the pit lane. Because the game is just pretty poor sometimes and poorly designed. It brings the car out back on track, and that can result in dangerous situations. Anyway, to the lead, ABXMT is just flying. He is nearly 3 seconds away from Stewart, who on his way is 2 seconds away from Nicky Lauda. And then we have Bossmots and Billy, who are in like around 4 of their fight. Behind them it's Charlie, Rob, Suka, Zingo, Luca, Kai, as Kalos, who are all in this, waiting to see what's happening. Behind them there's quite a gap to Evan. But behind him Ryan, who must have made a mistake because he was in the top 10 earlier. And we have men like Donkey and Cavolis. So back to where the battle is, and oh, yellow, Kazingo. Yeah, and he carefully waits until almost everyone has passed. Right, back on the way. Drop to P15. Meanwhile, Lunatic Kai in P9. Started from the last row, having quite a race. So, and again, a position change with Billy and Bossmods. These guys are fighting so hard with each other. Sure, Billy has the advantage of the quicker tire. Meanwhile, Kai moving up to P8. Kai is doing really well, and just a shame about his quality result. Otherwise, he could have been much higher up already. And sure, the softs are a great tire, but they don't last very long here. So I was actually a bit surprised that people opted to start on the tire, because we're in lap 4 and you can already see that ABXMT is no longer gaining time on Stewart. And it could even well be that very soon Stewart is going to gain some time. So you'd expect the strategy of medium to hard on this track, but as you can now also see that Bossmods is finally released from the pressure from Billy, and is actually looking forward, trying to attack Nicky Lauda here. So it seems like, looking at the performances, oh, Kai left the session. Must be a technical issue for him. Oh, what a poor day for Ferrari it is. Let's see from the car behind him. Not visible, but we have a yellow. Oh, that's Charlie around with Dunlop. Such a tricky corner. Charlie's still in trouble. Drop to last. Right, back to the front. ABXNT it's quite clearly the quickest so far. But what is the strategy gonna do? Because normally you'd probably do like a medium to hard and pit around lap 12. And then go to your hards. But if you started on the softs, yeah, you may want to come in early. Lap 7, 8. and probably then try to stretch those hard tires to the end, or hope for a safety car later on. Because I can't see people doing a two-stop actually here. Botsman's in P3 ahead of Niki Lauda. Ryan moving up again. Yeah, of course. He's fighting Lunatic Kai's. Oh, someone's off. That's Nicky. Nicky's round, and that's at Spoon. Careful. And that's an extra position to both Kalos and Luca. And we have another yellow. Boss Mods! Oh, no. Really, Mods, you promised me before the race you'd at least make it to the end. And, wait, something happened with Billy as well, but now I think because Rob's in third? Kai joined back, only missed 2 laps. His car has dropped out to P10, but hey, he has to be lucky that he's still in it. Oh, and another yellow. I think it's Evan around. A lot of people making mistakes today. And drops Evan to P14. Charlie in last, not pitted yet. Also, Stewart gaining some time on ABXMT. The gap is now 2.1 seconds. Well, we have another yellow. That's Evan again. People just keep spinning around. Evan off again, I think. Oh, and even make contact with Charlie and gets him a 5-second pen. Gee. Right, back to the front. I'm sure ABXMT is hoping to stretch those tires a little bit more, because that free extra lap you can do on them is a lap you don't have to do on the hards. And that will keep that tire alive longer. A lot of people making mistakes here with Billy, with Boss Mods, with Nicky, with Ryan, with Kai, with Cavolas, with Charlie, with nearly everyone. Stewart now gaining time quickly. He is only 3 seconds ahead after 2 laps, and we're on that 8 now, and the gap is only 1.4. He is really, yeah, using the better time. Oh, and now the next one off is, oh, man, like donkey. Gee, that must have scared Gazingo there. Not really safe track re-entry from Men Like Donkey, as it seemed. And now Stewart within a second. And we have another yellow. That is Cavolas. Right. I don't know what's going on, but people are just making mistake after mistake. And here comes ABXMT. Also, don't forget, there's the threat of rain. And I'm not sure when the rain is supposed to fall. But if it was scheduled like after 15 minutes or so, then I understand you want to stay out as long as possible. But several people pitting now. Oh! And I think I'll see the first drops. And Ryan, who gets a penalty for speeding in the pit lane, is the first one to go in inter tires. And I think, yeah, sure, we've seen a few drops, but I think it's too early. That's definitely too early. It's not wet enough to be on this tire yet. He's just hoping that's gonna change really soon. Charlie pits as well. I don't think it's wet enough, guys. Anyway, ABXMT pitted for the hards, and he's dropped back to P7, and he's hoping it will stay dry for a while. Because if it would drain now, everyone is about to come in and is lost a lot of positions. Meanwhile, it seems like a good day for Alpha Tower with their drivers in second and fourth. Look at pitting. Is that not a little early? I think he's gonna go over Inter. I don't think that is the right call yet. Wait, Billy pitted as well, but Billy went for soft. Billy said probably couldn't go on any longer on his soft tires. But what is not wet enough for rain yet, I'll better have the quickest possible tire now, and that is, of course, soft. It's an interesting choice. And let's see how strategy is gonna turn out here today. Stewart leading comfortably. 10-second lead. Bosma's in third. 1.3 behind Robsu. Robsu had a dramatic race in Singapore, but now he's showing off what he really can. A bit of an underwhelming season for him after being in the title fight for a long time a season ago. Let's see what is gonna happen. I'm trying. Oh, ABXMT moves up. Is ahead of Escalos now, but I'm trying to see. Oh, we have a yellow. What was that? Who is that? Oh, that's Escalos who lost a lot of time there. Yeah, I'm trying to see what the guys on the Inters are doing, as it's slowly getting a bit wetter. But I'm just looking at how they're doing it in time loss, and look at let's watch that. He's 48 seconds behind the leader, 48.2, and no, he's losing time. Clearly not wet enough, because yeah, we're a few corners further and he's lost a second. As Kalos is spinning. Well, what is he gonna pin on? Right now, I think Billy made a great choice by going for a set of softs. Unless it stays like this for even longer. As Kalos opts for the Inters as well. So now the first car on Inters is Luca, 51.3 behind the leader. I don't think this is a great choice, as we have another yellow. Niki Lauda? Yeah, the Austrian in trouble. Stewart pits. Now here's what's interesting. What is Stewart gonna do? I think he's gonna. Yeah. Oh, whoa. That seemed like a weird pistol. Yeah, or hearts, and I think that's the right choice here. Oh, and he is overcut there, ABX and T. Now, first time he is really ahead of him. Under circumstance where they're both pitted. Oh, and the move by ABX&T tries it on the inside of. Oh my, DRS disabled. That means the race director think it is not dry enough to use DRS anymore. So this is usually a point where you should start pitting for a wet tire. Wow. So let's keep an eye on the time boards, because everyone that's going to come in now is probably going to go to a wet tire. So do Stewart and ABX&T have to pit again? And is Luca Ruff finally able to gain some time? Oh right, Robsu comes in from the lead. Halfway through the race. It's still very. Oh no! He still comes in for a hard tire. Niki Lauda pits. Lunatic Kai pits. Kai goes for Inters. It's strange circumstances. Because it seems like we're still at a crossover point. This is good for us, because now with Kai and Nikki on a different compound tires, I think we can finally say what tire is the better tire now. Niki Lauda seems to be struggling, but Bosmats is ahead of him as well. Of course, those cold hards will be tough to get some temperature in. Right, and if more rain is coming, or it's going to be a little bit more wet, I think Kai is now in a phenomenal position. Well, so the battle is not going to be Kai versus Niki Lauda. It's Kai versus Bosmats to see what tire is best. Of course, Bosmats is a lap on the way on these tires, so he has a bit more heat in them. ABX&T decides to pit again. He lost a lot of time on Stewart there. And I think he's coming in. Oh, new front wing. That's also the reason why he lost time. And what tire? I think he's going to go for Inters. Right. Lauda pits again. And a yellow. Who is that? It seems like a white car that caused it. Oh. Stewart gets a pen. Will he get one? Yeah. Right. And 15 cars in the race, and we have 12 of them on in the inters. Everyone except the top three. And Robser will probably be gutted that when he pitted from the lead, he didn't pit for inters because it seems to be turning into the better tire. Or is it not? Bosmots gets the pen. Bosmots pitted for the inters as well. And here comes Stewart. Now he's gonna go for the inters. So does his teammate. So busy times it has. Robsu pits as well. And that means we're going to have every car on the Inders. And I think Kai is leading. Unless Stewart comes out. Or I think Stewart just keeps the lead. And Kai will be right behind him. But it's going to have more temperature in those tires. Right. Wonderful performance by Kai. Came from last. Fought his way up to P7, I think, then lost his connection, was out for 2 laps. Went back, dropped to P10, and is now in P2, fighting for the lead. And is he able to put some pressure on Stewart when we have a yellow someone's round Cavolis? Not sure. Right, so we have Stewart and Kai fighting for the lead. Then there is a 9-second gap to ABXMT. Let's go back to the intervals. Ryan moves himself up to P7 with his early pit stop to Inders. Kai really close to Stewart now. ABXMT gets a pun. A 3-second time penalty, and that won't hurt him at the end of this race. Because if the race would finish right now, he'd be classified 4th instead of 3rd and loses points on his direct rival Billy. Niki Lauda is round. Yep, seems to have lost it at the end of sector 1 at Dunlop, but is able to continue his way. Stewart will be getting some heat in his tires and has withstood the attack from Kai. On Spoon. No, that's not Spoon. It was 130R, my apologies. No, I'm completely wrong. You're in Sector 1. Now we're on the way to the Hairpin, and at the end exit of the Hairpin, they're on the way to Spoon. Apologies. And actually, the situation like it is now is completely fine for Kai. Because if he's in second, and if he is within 3 seconds of Stewart, he'll be inherited the win. Niki Lauda pitted. We're fresh off in set of intermediates. We have a yellow, I think that's a Mercedes driver. Yeah, that was Man Like Donkey who's been in trouble. He's in 12th position. His teammate in P7 is catching the car ahead, Gazingo. Earlier today, we had a wonderful position for the Alpha Towers with them being in P2 and P4. That is now P5 and P10. And I don't keep hitting. We keep following the battle for the win. As Kai is now closing in a little bit. But on the straight, Stewart seems to be a little bit quicker. He's really close, but he's just unable to attack Stewart. And then again, with the current positioning, this is all fine for Kai as long as he doesn't get a penalty himself, and as long as ABXMT is not closing the gap fully. He is closing it a little bit. It was 9 seconds a few laps ago. It's now 6.3, so he is closing in. But he needs to close in over a second a lap, and well, at least a second a lap, and then he still has to pass him, so it's going to be tough. Bosmots now not only ahead of Gazinga, but also ahead of Rapsu. And it's, wow, that's moving up any further is going to be tough as he's 10 seconds behind Billy. I think the biggest fight is for the podium. ABXMT is probably the quickest on track right now. He is closing in quickly, and it is, nearly a second a lap on Kai and Stewart. The other fight on track going on right now is Rapsu and Gazingle. And now that Bosmots is ahead of him, he's probably going to run away with him from them. Right, so we have Stuart and Kai fighting, but Kai will be content with the current situation, with Stuart having a pen and himself not. With everyone else behind them. But, oh, Nicky Lauda's out. Oh, a man like Donkey nearly crashed into him, and that is it. Oh, that's a safety car. Well, 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 well. What are people doing? Are they gonna pit? And we see Charlie pitting. Of course, Charlie's on 11 lap old Inter, so I guess he's gonna pit. So does Evan. And now they need to hope they won't get lapped, which they very likely won't be. Is it gonna be close? Yeah. No, they'll make it. They'll make it. And that brings them back into the race. They are allowed to pass the safety car. And just behind them is the group of leaders coming up. With Stewart, Kai, ABH and T. Of course, they are not pitting. Because they'd lose a lot of positions. Bosmot is pitting. But, yeah, you're getting fresh tires, but... Oh, well, his luck is that the cars behind him pit as well, like Kazingo and Ryan and Luca. So he only lost one position, I think. Yeah, to Rapsu. Right, Luca Cavolis. Oh, Cavolis, is he pitting? He is in the pit lane now. So basically... apart from the top four, everyone has pitted. Apart from the AlphaTauri's. And men like Donkey, who had just pitted 2 laps before. Right, so we're gonna see a final sprint race. Of just a few laps. Safety car will definitely not come in this lap. And we have 5 laps to go after this. So it's a maximum of 4 laps racing. Oh, Luca gets a pen? Oh, that's so unnecessary under the safety car. Right, still a few cars that need to catch up. Luca coming out of the chicane. Ahead of him is Ryan, who's closing the gap for now. Luca is the next one to be able to close the gap, and then the next one will be Cavolis. And then there's quite a huge gap to the last 3. It's men like Donkey, Charlie, and Evan. Yeah, there's still 24 seconds behind Cavolis. So that's over 30 seconds behind the rest of the group. Which makes it very, very doubtful if they'll be able to close the gap. Quick enough for the safety car to come in already. Kevolis is now finally fully with the group. Here closing up the last few meters here. We finally sees the other car. Yeah, safety car is not coming in this lap. Manline Donkey is still like 20 seconds away. So no, that's gonna be another lap behind the safety car. And that's only gonna make the final sprint until the end of the race more interesting. Right. 4 laps to go. The last guys are finally closing in on the gap on this safety car situation. As the leaders are just at the end of Sector 1. And that means, yeah, the safety car is going to come in at the end of this lap. Yeah, so that means we're going to have 3 laps of racing. Well, for a long time it seemed like Stewart and Lunatic Kai were going to fight for the win with maybe ABXMT. ABXMT was leading on early on, got the pole, ran away, but had to do a double pit stop that threw him back a bit, but now everything is open. Here's the confirmation that the safety car is going to come in at the end of this lap. Track is being given green again. Stewart will be leading this restart. Oh, come on. If you're watching now, tell me who is going to win it. We have 3 laps to go. The whole field, 14 cars left, are all back together. So I think tires, well, most of us are fairly fresh laps except the top 5 and number 7. And here we go. So let's have a look at the penalties, because those will be very interesting. And it's Billy. Oh, Billy, take it. No. Whoa. Yeah, ABXMT in P2. And it's Kai that lost a lot of positions. He drops from P2 to P5, so a horrific restart for him. As we have a yellow, and I think Kalos is in trouble. Dropped all the way from P7 to P14. Right, so who is going to win this? 2.5 laps to go. But the whole pack is close together, but the leader, oh, some contact there. Bosman's had a little snap, and that made contact. Oh no! Oh, what a crash! Oh, Ryan is out, and I think Kai is in his no front wing. Trying to come back on track. Oh, yeah, he's got no front wing. Gee, what a crash was that? Oh, yeah, it's the last 3 laps, so there's not going to be a safety car. It's technically not possible, but otherwise it would have been. Men like Donkey are missing some pieces. Kai has no front wing. Having a horror race, but still in P10 now. So let's look at this. the lead. 2 laps to go. Stewart leading ahead of AB XMT. Then we have Billy Robsuka Zingo and Bosmot. But the 2 leaders have a 3-second pen. And could this mean that Billy is going to win it? Well, like, without having led one single lap. Not even a meter. He'd need to stay within 3 seconds of the car hat. I'm gonna put it on interval. Right. Stewart's trying to create a gap to ABXMT, of course. Because if he gets a 3-second gap, he's gonna win the race regardless. Yellow. Oh, Kazingo in trouble. I was looking good. Now Bosmont is up to P5. Cavola is very quietly up to P6. Being around the back the whole race, but that doesn't matter. It only matters where you are when the flag falls, and the flag is within reach, and now he's up to P6. So very well done for the Lithuanian driver. We have Rapsu in P4, we have Billy in P3, but if the flag would fall now, Billy would win. But he only has 3/10 of a margin, and I don't think he'll keep that up. Because he seems to be losing time on those leaders. Oh, a yellow. Oh, Kazingo in trouble again. Oh, and now even Evan is going to get some double points. Right, back to the lead. Oh, actually, I think Stewart made a little mistake there, lost a little bit of time. Now Billy has 4/10 of a gap for the win. And we're already closing in at the end of the race. We're on the last lap. And we're at the end of Sector 2. We're in Spoon. Stewart is leading. And oh wow, I think it's 1.2.7, and we're up to the final chicane. I think the winner is going to go to Billy, unless this is going to get really no, he actually gains. The finish is crossed for the first by Billy, but by Stewart, but Billy gets the win. He has a 2/10 margin. It's a 1-2 for Haas. ABXMT drops to P4 because Volas even gets P5. Well done to him. Bosmos drops to 6. The McLarens, not a great race from them, but still, that's 10 points in the back as a team. Evan gets 2 points. Kazingo's been pretty good today, but yeah, trouble in the end. And ends up with 1 point as Kalos had a good race, but in trouble at the restart. No points for him. Kai, oh boy. Yeah, that's yeah, bad for Kai. Um, I do think it will. Yeah, I think Haas has won the constructors championship actually. Right, so the race results. 1-2 for Haas due to penalties for Robsu and ABX and for Stewart and ABXMT, and that makes you Billy wins ahead of Stewart. Robsu climbs to the podium. ABXMT gets fourth, and that opens up the drivers' championship as well. Cavola's in fifth. Bosman's Luca, Charlie, Evan, and Kazingo get the final point and double points for Kazingo with the fastest lap. Then we have Askelos, Lutin, Kai, Menlai Donkey, and Ryan. Ryan did not finish, but he will be classified at +3 laps as he managed to complete 90% of the race. And Niki Lauda and Sammy Jensen were the non-finishers. Right, that's it. That concludes the Constructors' Championship in Haas's favor, and well, the Drivers' Championship is only going to be more interesting because Billy was, I think, 22 points behind, and he gained 13, so that's going to be 9. No, Billy was even less behind, so he's going to be close to the lead. So it's going to be a 3-way battle with Billy's to ABXMT and Stewart. But make sure you are there next week again at the same time at 8 UK time on Tuesday for round 11 out of 12. And in 2 weeks, the finale of Division 4. Let's see who will be Drivers' Champion then. Right, that's it for this week. This was Bog. I'll hope to see you again next week. I hope you had fun. I did. Thank you for watching and have a great night. Bye-bye.